Ever wonder why your bike makes that sound when you're coasting? Or maybe why it makes that clicking noise when you pedal backwards? Well, on this James the Bike Guy, we're going to talk about exactly why that happens. Now, that noise that you hear is an important and integral part of your bicycle working properly. What that is the hub, which is on the inside of the wheel. That hub connects the wheel itself to the frame of your bicycle. And what you want to be able to do is when you want to start riding, you want to be able to push down on the pedal and the bike go forward. But if you don't want to pedal, you want the bike to be able to have its wheels spin. So what needs to happen is there needs to be a disengagement mechanism between the hub, which is on the inside of the wheel, and the gears or the chain that go across. Now, to describe exactly how that works, we're going to take a look at a hub that I've cut in half so you can see what happens on the inside. So right here, we've got a cutaway of the hub from our bicycle. So this silver piece that you're looking at here, this is called the cassette. This cassette is what allows the different gear ratios to be installed onto the bicycle, and it's also what the chain wraps around. So the chain on the bike that goes to your pedals, it's actually engaging with this cassette. Underneath the cassette is what they call a free hub body. So on this hub here, it's the gold piece. The gold free hub body, this is what that cassette attaches to. So it actually attaches on to this gold free hub body. And then finally, you can see all these holes on the black piece. The black piece is a cutaway of the hub of your bicycle. So the hub is the center of the wheel. It's what connects the frame to the wheel, and it's also what delivers the power when you push down on the pedals to the wheel to make it rotate. All these little holes that you see here, those are for the spokes that go out to the wheel. The small black or silver spokes that pull out to the outside of the wheel. Now, what's pretty important about this is the connection between the black portion and the gold. So from the hub to the free hub body, that's what allows you to be able to drive the wheel forward or allows it to coast on its own. So as you can listen to here, that makes that same clicking noise. What on earth inside of this mechanism is making that happen? Well, to figure that out, we're going to pull it apart. So if we pull these two pieces apart, you're going to see that the hub itself and the free hub body are separate, but they actually nest right together. What happens when you pull them apart is if you look on the back side of our free hub body, the gold piece, you're going to see a couple of parts that are pretty interesting. So the first is if we take a look, this little guy right here that you can see me click up and down, that's called a pawl. Engages with a part that's on the inside of your hub. So if we look at the hub here, what you're going to see is something called a drive ring. The drive ring is this round portion inside of the hub that's got all these teeth on it. What those teeth do is they actually engage with the pawls on your free hub body here to actually be able to click forward. So if we take a look on the inside here, what you'll notice is when we're freewheeling, you'll see these little pawls clicking up and down. And then when we start pedaling forward, they're going to lock into place. So freewheel, pedal forward. And that noise that you're hearing is actually the spring that's underneath the pawl. So there's a spring underneath this pawl that actually allows it to click up and down. That's right. So if you listen closely, you can hear the click when we let go of that pawl that actually has a little bit of noise, and that's returning the pawl to the position onto the drive ring here. So that click that you're hearing when you're coasting is actually all these little pawls on the inside of your hub clicking around. So a question you might be asking is the noise a good thing? Well, the noise itself has nothing to do with whether or not the hub is a good quality hub or not. But what it is the design of the hub. Some just naturally make more noise than others. Some hubs use 3 pawls. This particular hub uses 6, and some hubs actually use even more. And the more number of pawls that you have, the more likely the hub is to make a little more noise. The other thing to mention is some hubs actually have some grease or oil that is installed in between the pawls and that drive ring that you see inside. And that grease itself actually dampens some of the noise. That's why if you look at 2 identical wheels or 2 identical bikes, sometimes one is just a little louder than the other. That's just the amount of grease that's on the inside. Now, the noise, that's a personal preference. Some people really like a loud sounding hub. Others prefer a little bit more quiet. That's up to you. But what's important to know is that that clicking noise is entirely normal, and that is just your hub working exactly the way it should. Well, thanks for watching. This is James the Bike Guy, and I hope you take the chance to go ahead and subscribe so you can see more videos like this into the future. I'd also like you to leave a comment down below with any questions that you may have about how a hub works or any suggestions for something that you'd like to have explained.